The World 125cc Championship gets underway here in Italy. Bob Moore, back from the 250s into the 125s in 1994. Alessio Chiodi, fastest in time training for the first time out this year. He's the man surely to watch. 21-year-old riding the Team Italia Honda, a former European 125cc champion. Leon Gisbers, number 13, the 20-year-old Dutchman riding the Chesterfield Suzuki. And as the remainder of the riders settle themselves down for race one. Gate drops, here they go then, 1994 gets underway. The first 125cc Grand Prix leg. They're into that left-hander at the bottom. And the question now, who has got the whole shot? Over the big tabletop, it's 22. The Italian Mauro di Lago, followed by the local riders and then a British rider. This is Nathan Shelton riding the race spec Honda. There is Bob Moore, as we said earlier, back from the 250cc's this year, hoping to win his first World Championship. Number 5 there, the young French teenager, Michael Pigeon. Up the hill for the first time into the dust. It's Di Lago that heads the pack in this opening leg of this first Grand Prix. Until then, loses the front end of the bike. He goes down and very nearly hands it to either Shelton or Vialle. But in number 11, the Frenchman Frederic Vialle made the most of Shelton's mistake and took the place. It's one more, the American. Comes from California, made the pace to the front. Fifth at the moment, looking for a better finish at the start of his Grand Prix. Number 1, World Tractor, the defending 125 champion. Back in about 8th at the moment, not a good start for him, but it's Di Lago that heads Vialle, the Frenchman. Behind Vialle, it was Moore third. Then a brilliant ride for the Brit, Nathan Shelton. As the rest of the riders sort themselves out, there is Road Tractor with Pigeon, the French youngster, right on his tail. And Pigeon expecting to do big things this year in the 125 category. But Di Lago not to be stopped at the moment. Not another mistake on the corner, enabling him to stay in front of the Frenchman, number 11, Frederic Vialle, riding the French Kawasaki. 76 it is, more on that black Chesterfield Yamaha. Down these big leaps here, the Italian circuit, Galloway. It's Mauro di Lago leading the Frenchman Vialle and Moore. This is a good start to the 94 season for these three. Shelton, so far best Brit on the day, being chased by a whole pack of ensuing riders, but Chiodi and Tractor and Pigeon not getting the starts that they perhaps hoped for. Chiodi working his way steadily up through the pack. Di Lago it is with now Moore. One more going to second. Could this be a dream start for the American? The 250 Grand Prix last year all came to an end for him in the British round when he fell and broke his ankle. But Rinaldi joining the Yamaha squad, carrying Rinaldi for 1994 and deciding to compete in the 125 category, and probably the right decision because Moore wins Moto 1. Looking back for second, the early race leader 22 Mauro di Lago, and Frederic Vialle, the Frenchman, finishing third. During the interval, lots of water applied to the circuit here. It's very hot, very dry and dusty conditions as he too gets underway. The gate drops, here they come. Can Moore take another maximum into the first corner as they sort themselves out with a lot of riders down on the floor, and we really can't sort them out from here. They are banging their handlebars together as they make their way through the clouds of dust. Oh, someone went down there, I can't see who it was. As you can see, visibility, a major problem here in Italy. No doubt the FIM jury will have something to say about this at the end of the day, but it's the defending champion, the Dutchman, Pedro Tractor, that went to the front. Moore back there in third at the moment. It was Beirer in front of him. Fellow American running 104. There's Nathan Shelton, number 19. This is another good position. 30, that's Kelly Swanson with Pete Beirer, the German, right behind him. So we've got two British riders there in the top 8 at the moment. But this man, the defending 93 champion, number 1, Pedro Tractor, the Dutchman, out in front and surely going to make no mistake about staying there. Moore, second at the moment, first in the first outing. Then it's Manneh, fellow American. Then it's Chiodi, the Italian, beginning to make his move. Shelton, the British rider, on the race spec Honda, coming through. Then Beirer, the German, behind Swanson, the Chase Up Suzuki rider from Great Britain. A good ride. Here we go then, checkered flag. It is for Pedro Tractor, and they are delighted. The second round of the 125 World Championship was held in terrible conditions at Vialle in northern France. With knee-deep mud, the riders used a variety of different tactics to keep the mud from their bikes, including carrying their bikes to the line and covering their tyres with inner tubes, zip-tied to the wheels to retain them there. He1 then got underway, with of course those inner tube linings removed, and up they came the straight into that first muddy corner, and the conditions, as you can see, were horrendous. Men and machines in the mud everywhere. Number 5, Michele Pigeon, the young French star, led them away. We're looking back for second place, and look at that, little numbers tabbed to their helmets. It was number 8, Chiodi, hangs on to second. Behind Chiodi, it was number 76, Bob Moore, coming back from the 250 ranks into the 125 ranks. Behind that group, we're looking back for number 1. That's him here, Pedro Tractor, the defending 125cc world champion, and the conditions absolutely horrendous. Gisbers, Leon Gisbers, 13 was there. Number 12, Marcel van Drunen. Deep mud as we come back to the leader. Pigeon it is. You would not expect a youngster of his years to have the experience to be able to keep his way around this circuit. It was all about just keeping the bike going. Bob Moore, 76, up into second place now. And Moore, a veteran of the European Championships. Back with the leader once again, Pigeon. We can hardly recognise these riders. It's just a question of keeping it running and keeping it going. 76 Moore, still there in second, as riders fell all over the track. Almost impossible task for the lap scorers. Moore makes his way over the top. Looking back for some of the other riders. Pedro Tractor beginning to close on him. Van Ries, number 7. Number 8 back in there, Chiodi, dropping back just a little bit. As I said, riders falling, unable to get themselves out of the mud. 12, Van Drunen kept going. The 125cc machines, Leon Gisbers, number 13. Just recognisable in this mud. The leader, Pigeon. The youngster, about 18 years of age now, Michele Pigeon. Pedro Tractor, number 1, the defending champ, now second. Moore looks to have dropped back to third. As I say, it's just a question of keeping going. Chiodi back in around 4th. 62 there, that's Sherelle Sweeby. He's now 5th. And behind Sweeby, well, that looks like number 13. That's Leon Gisbers. Oh, 6 for Gisbers. Back with the leader. And hasn't this youngster done well? He takes the checkered flag, and deservedly so. Number 5, Pigeon. Michele Rinaldi there, the Chesterfield team manager, giving advice to Bob Moore on which possibly is the best way around. Winner of the first heat there, number 5, Pigeon, comes down onto the line. And just look at these wheels. Look at these tyres. Slick motocross racing, this is called. They have inner tubes, split inner tubes, put around the back and front tyre to keep the mud off the tyres coming down onto the line. It gives you some idea of the conditions of the paddock and the car parking areas and the areas leading down to the start line. You eagerly get the one off the front. 76 more settles himself down. 38 there, that's Balducci. Here they come, heat 2. It's all about survival. And it looks like Lago 22 has gone into the lead. And it's no, Pigeon has got it back. Well, this youngster really is showing some of the old heads the way around this track. On home soil here, the young French star, Michele Pigeon, really beginning to put it together. Everybody having horrendous difficulties of getting round. Lago 22 hangs on to second place. We're looking back for third. It's Chiodi, number 8. Alessio Chiodi. Then it's 38, Balducci. Then it's Tratter, Pedro Tratter, the defending champ. We had Van Drunen in that group as well. Then it's Shelton, number 19, the first of the British riders. Nathan Shelton, 76, Bob Moore. Well, 13 is in there as well, Gisbers. But Pigeon held on at the front. Michele Pigeon, followed by Chiodi, number 8. So we've lost Lago. No, there he is, back into third. Desperately trying to pick up some grip. But it was Pigeon, superb ride on the day. 2 wins. Pedro Tratter finishing second overall. Argentina then for round 3 of the 125cc Grand Prix Series. Carlos Paz here, and a much different type of circuit than the one in France. It's dry, it's a nice circuit, the riders thoroughly enjoying themselves. 77, the bike of Beirer Manneh. Leon Gisber's machine, number 13. Bob Moore, 76, there's the bike of second place man in the championship. And Alessio Chiodi there, number 8. Pigeon, number 5, back-to-back win in round 2 in the Gloop and the Glop in France. But it's dry here today and we're in for some cracking racing. In the background there, the deserted tower of the once possible luxury hotel that never got built. Mainly because the gentleman who had the money went away with it. But the start got underway. They dropped down the hill for the first time. A couple of casualties, but it was the Italian Chiodi that had the whole shot, followed by Moore. The 2 main protagonists in this year's championship. Vialle, number 11, 77 Manneh. There's the Frenchman Pigeon. Pedro Tratter going through. But Moore and Chiodi, the sparks beginning to fly here in Argentina between these two. The American versus the Italian. And there was no holds barred. The young Frenchman, Pigeon, Vialle, fellow Frenchman. The Dutchman, Pedro Tratter, the defending champion. Heads the championship coming into round 3. Moore, desperate to stamp his authority, took the lead in heat 1. Chiodi chased him in second, but the battle was on then between Pigeon and Tratter for third. The result going to Tratter at the moment, but we're looking back. There is Manneh, the American, beginning to drop off the pace. Vialle, a problem for him in the opening couple of laps, dropping back. Leon Gisbers, number 13. A race not to be credited as far as a top ride is concerned. Strivers, number 3. Behind him, 76 more. Leading at the moment. Chasing those extra points. Chiodi keeping in touch with the American. Pedro Tractor wanting to keep the lead in the championship. Pigeon hoping to repeat the success in France when he won both races. Manneh, 77. But Moore was having absolutely none of it from the Italian. He kept that Chesterfield 125cc Yamaha at the front, and Chiodi could only do but watch. Manneh now up in front of Tractor. Tractor having a problem and dropping back a few places. Pigeon slightly off the pace, not looking as good as he did in France, but the checkered flag then went to the American Bob Moore and the 20 points and the championship lead. Chiodi, number 8, finishing second. Fellow American 77, Beirer came home third. As we wait for the gate to drop for Heat 2, here it comes. We'll be looking for the black bike of Bob Moore once again in the first heat. Heads down the hill, but it is Manneh finishing third in Heat 1. He's got the lead from Tractor. Then it was Moore, then Gisbers. Top 4 going through. Then Pete Beirer, he went through as well. There's Chiodi, a poor start for him. The rest of the riders charged through. Pigeon, not a good start, but it was Manneh. He was in Italy, an exiled American now. Beirer riding the 125c series, and it was Pedro Tractor, the defending champion, that was right on his heels. Moore sat back in third, watching the fireworks to the front. Pit Beirer, number 9, has Chiodi climbing all over the inside of his bike, but he won't give up. But it was Manneh the gas, Moore beginning to close on Pedro Tractor, the defending champ. The battle raged royale between these three, with Chiodi back in fourth trying to close. Then it was Beirer, number 9, behind Beirer. Gisbers had to move forward, but Pigeon lonely at the moment. Manneh having absolutely nothing to do with the riders that are following him. Clearing off in the lead, leaving Pedro Tractor and Bob Moore to scrap for second place. Chiodi sitting back in fourth, hoping that something could go wrong at the front. Pit Beirer sat there behind him, but Manneh feeling no pressure, except that Moore had managed to find a way past Pedro Tractor. Second, Chiodi beginning to close on the group of riders in front, looking for a possible chance to move up the placing. Pit Beirer sat back there in fifth. Gisbers back in sixth position, just waiting, and Pigeon beginning to close on Gisbers. The young French star and Davy Strivers, number 3, no stranger to World Championships, up there around 8th at the moment. But it was Beirer that came down in Heat 2 to take the checkered flag and 20 points. Bob Moore came home second, 17 points and the championship lead. Round 4, this time we moved to Spain, to the bright, sunny Costa del Spain, and there Alessio Chiodi with a rather large smile on his face, and so he should have. The Frenchman, Michael Pigeon, Bob Moore, the current championship leader, number 76, the American, talking to Pigeon. And there they both are, side by side on the start gate, so I think Pigeon has found himself a friend. Chiodi, number 7, Remy van Vries, as the 5-second board gets shown to the riders then. Heat 1 here in Spain gets underway. Who's it going to be that hits that corner first? Or in some cases hits the ground first. Well, they're all throwing bikes at each other, but went to the front, followed by number 18, Alex Bartolini. There's Bijon, Lago, Vrigstad, and number 15, Massimo Bartolini. So, in the action at the front. And Bob Moore getting an awful start here in Spain in the first heat. Way down the pecking order. But it is Chiodi that has stamped his authority on this race. Bijon second, Lago then the defending champ, Frederic Tractor. Remy van Ries, number 7. Got Manneh there behind him. It is Bijon chasing Chiodi at the moment at the front. Lago in third, with Tractor in fourth. The conditions not quite suited the defending champion here. Strivers looks to be on the back of number 15, Massimo Bartolini. But the tussle really is on at the front now, because into the lead went Bijon. Bartolini comes through. Behind Bartolini, Strivers. It's Bijon then who takes a he-one win. Chiodi's second, and Mauro de Lago finished third. Well, the girls are certainly out in force here in Spain with the sun beaming down upon us. The track nicely watered, the riders preparing themselves for the second heat. The 5-second board spins around, and any moment now the gate will go down, and there does, and here they come. Can Bijon making another back-to-back as he did in France. Well, they're all on the floor again, falling over each other. Seems to be a magnetic attraction to that first corner. The more it is, that's got a better start. Bijon and Chiodi and de Lago. Made of an A and more. And Vrigstad first, 3 around. And there is Bijon with Chiodi behind him. So, it is starting to hot up. Number 15, Bartolini going through as Frederic Vialle goes over the mid-jump. Gisbert's right behind him, but it's Manneh and Moore, the two Americans, both residing in Italy at the moment, the Dutchman, Bellpuig Tractor. Then it's the Italian Chiodi, number 8, chasing that group. Then it's the German, Beirer. Then number 15, Massimo Bartolini, as they chop and change places. But Manneh fighting the battle of his life at the moment with the current championship leader, Bob Moore, climbing all over him. Can the Chesterfield Yamaha man find a way past? Tractor back in third, Chiodi fourth, Bijon fifth. It really is a multinational race at the moment. German, Beirer, Italian, Bartolini. It's a good ride for him. But Moore eventually found a way through. Into the lead goes Bob Moore. On towards an extension of his already points tally. As the second, third, fourth and fifth places will battle for. Bijon back amongst that group looking for those extra points. Beirer going through. Distinctive fluorescent shirt, number 9 on his back. Bartolini, number 15 goes through. Looking back, the checkered flag then went out for Bob Moore. He took the 20 points. Round 5, we moved across to Sweden as the fans flocked in their thousands to enjoy this 125cc category motocross racing. Bob Moore leading the championship now by just 2 points of a second place man, this man, number 8, the Italian, Alessio Chiodi. Number 12 there, that's Marcel van Brunen. Drops in beside championship points leader Bob Moore. The 5-second board spins around. The first of the Swedish 125 Grand Prix gets underway. And the question now is who will hold shot this one? Fairly safely around the first corner, it's the American. Bob Moore, number 76, with Chiodi chasing in second place. Then it's the defending champion, Pedro Tractor. The Lago going through. There's Strivers, Pichon. Relatively good successes for Pichon in the early stages of the Grand Prix, but Moore beginning to stamp his authority and his experience in this 8th academy from 1994. Coming down from the 250s of last year onto the 125s and hopes to make this his first World Championship. The defending champion there, Tractor, chasing the Italian Chiodi, who in turn would like to take the number 1 plate for 1995. But more it is, number 76. Settling down in the Swedish Grand Prix, first leg from Manneh, number 8 in second place, Chiodi. Then it's Tractor. The conditions a little bit more like into the Dutchman. Number 17, this is Fred Werner on the Husqvarna. We see Husqvarna's enduro scene in motocross. Moore then takes the win and 20 points. He too comes down onto the line. Moore settles himself on his starting box. The weather has changed, as you can see. It's begun to rain very, very heavily. Everybody in their Rainmax and their Brollies, and this will certainly change the conditions of the circuit for this second heat. Well, here they come. And the question now is who will make it round that first corner? Trouble-free, but they all seem to have managed so far. Pack of riders screaming through, and it is John van der Berg, number 10, with Strivers and Pichon. There's Moore. So those are your top 4. A little bit difficult to identify. Pedro Tractor and then Chiodi. Chiodi looks to have got a bad start. Davy Strivers has gone to the front with 3. Looking back behind him, it's Pichon, then John van der Berg, and then Bob Moore, the American, 76, back in 4th at the moment. Then it's Pedro Tractor and Gerald Sweeby going through, and that looks like Chiodi. So that's a great ride from him. Chiodi coming through the pack to make up ground on the front runners, but it is Davy Strivers, the Dutchman, the former 125 champion, that leads in this very wet second heat. Pichon and Moore now up to 3rd. So Moore looking for a way round the Frenchman Pichon. Tractor, John van der Berg and Chiodi, then it's Sweeby, but it was Strivers then that took the win. Italian Alessio Chiodi and the American Bob Moore took a race win apiece as their 125 world title battle continued. Moore won the first race but was unable to extend his slender points lead over Chiodi, who finished 2nd and hit back to take the second race win, with Moore 2nd. Dutch world champion Pedro Tractor hit problems while fellow countryman Davy Strivers continued his return to form. Chiodi stormed into the first race ahead of Frenchman Frederic Vialle. Pichon and Moore with Tractor 10th. Vialle dropped back to 4th and Moore passed Chiodi on lap 6. Chiodi got off to a flying second moto start ahead of Moore, Strivers and Tractor, who was forced out on lap 7 with a misfire. Pichon got a bad start, down in 10th position, but he rode hard, passing Vialle on the last lap to finish 4th. Moore pushed Chiodi hard, but the little Italian proved difficult to cope with. Moore wasn't helped when his goggle lens dropped out and he was forced to settle for 2nd. Strivers finished a lonely 3rd ahead of Pichon, Vialle and the Italian Mauro di Lago. The Italian Chiodi has surprised everyone this year with his consistent speed and results, and it looks as though he will push more all the way to the last round for the World Championship. Round 7 of the World Motocross Championship came to Holland. Number 15 here, Max Bartolini, the Italian, riding the TM. And a good result for him. In race 1 he finished 10th and he stormed through to a 4th in race 2. This is his second best result since the Grand Prix in Spain. The championship leader, number 76, the Californian Bob Moore. And it really wasn't one of Moore's better days, having a 5th in race 1 after colliding with Chiodi in the opening laps, and Chiodi then standing on Moore's machine to prevent him getting away. He stormed through in race 2 to finish 5th again. With 5 rounds still to go in this 125 championship and Moore twice a silver medalist, this could be the gold medal for the American from 1994. Chiodi, the Italian number 8, riding the Team Italia Honda, and Chiodi certainly has been the surprise in the pack for this year. The former 125 European champion certainly is giving Moore a run for his money. 7 points behind the championship leader, had an 8th in race 1, 2nd in race 2, that's 25 points towards his championship tally. San Marino being the next round, and Chiodi will enjoy that. Number 1, the defending champion, the Dutchman, Frederic. Living just a few miles from his home in Ypres, needing here to win at least one of the 2 races to keep his championship chances alive for this 94 championship. A win in race 1, 20 points, and 3rd in race 2. Kept his championship chances alive, 3rd in the standings with 175 points. Number 3, Davy Strybus, the former 125cc world champion, taking the overall win here in Holland with a 3rd in race 1 and a win in race 2, 35 points, level with Pedro Fracta, but taking the overall win by way of the 2nd race result. 5th in the championship now behind the French youngster Michele Pichot with 122 points. Round 8 of the World 125 Championship comes to San Marino, and the standings still Bob Moore at the top of the championship as they go to the gate for the start of race 1. Gate drops, here they come, up the hill. Question now, who will it be? It looks like Moore that's gone to the front. Bob Moore, the American, determined to finish at the top of the championship at the end of this year. Chiodi is closest rival in 2nd place. There's Vialle. And number 10, John Van Limburg. Pedro Tractor, number 1, the defending champion. A bad start, but Moore already stamping his authority here at San Marino. Away in the lead with Chiodi. Number 8, the little Italian on the Manneh Honda, chasing in 2nd place. And there is Lago. 22, chasing 4th at the moment. Max Bartolini, number 15. the Italian. Results are beginning to come his way at last. But more. Away in the lead. Chiodi chasing second. These are the two that are challenging for the championship lead at the moment. And the rounds are certainly getting hotter each time they come together. More clears off in the lead on that 125 Chesterfield Yamaha. Chiodi chasing on the white Honda. Lago now looks to have gone up into third. Indeed he has. Mauro Lago, the Italian, settling himself down with a 15 points tally at the moment. Then it's Bartolini. Then it's David Strybus, the Dutchman, number 3. Then back to the front we go and join the leader. More. Twice a bridesmaid in this category. Chiodi, the 125 European champion, came to the 125 ranks and has already established authority in the world standings. 22, Lago has crept up the championship as the rounds have gone by. And it's Strybus climbing all over Bartolini. Can Massimo Bartolini hold off the former world champion? Very try track here. They're slipping and sliding, and look at this. Pedro Tractor right alongside John Vandenberg, but it's more at the front. 76 on the front of the bike. He leads this race and takes the 20 points. Looking back for second, it should be number 8, and it is Chiodi. Third for Lago. Well, another 20 points for Moore as he prepares for Heat 2. They're on the line, the gate drops, here they come. Can Bob Moore do a back-to-back win or not? Well, it's Chiodi then. Chiodi has taken the lead in race 2. Moore is behind him. And we've seen this so many times before. These two neck and neck at the front, battling for those top points. Beirer, number 9, goes through. But Chiodi with the American climbing all over the back of that white Honda. Strybus, behind Strybus, Bartolini, John Vandenberg. Chiodi, he hangs on to that lead. Now if he can stay in front of Moore, he will take the overall win by means of the better second race result. But can Moore get past him? Not at the moment. Chiodi hangs on, and these two really have locked handlebars so many times. Strybus sits back in third. Well, there's really not much you can do about catching those two in front. They're on a mission. 15, Bartolini back in fourth. Another good result for Massimo Bartolini. Chiodi, the Italian, beginning already to pull the gap over second place man, Bob Moore. Strybus, number 3. Well, what can you say about that young man? A former 125 and 250 world champion. 15, Bartolini, he's comfortable in fourth, but Chiodi consolidating that lead, and Moore must be thinking, well, it's better just let him go. It's Chiodi then that takes the 20 points from Heat 2. Moore takes the 17 and loses the overall win. So Chiodi, the Italian, to the applause of the crowd, takes the overall with Strybus third. Round 9 of the 125 series comes to Germany, and number 82 here, change of number for the championship leader, the American Bob Moore, for this round. Pedro Tractor, well, no change of number for him. One on the shirt, one still stays on the bike. I think not at the end of the season. There's number 8, that's Chiodi, the Italian, the young Italian man that's chasing Moore for the championship. 15 in the background, Bartolini. 9. 61, that's Manneh, the American. 38, that's the Italian Balducci. Beside Chiodi and Moore, Stribus. 13, making final adjustments to his machine, Leon Gisbers, beside the Frenchman Frederic Vialle, number 11. The board spins around, 5 seconds, the gate drops. Race 1 gets underway. Who will it be that hits that corner first? We wait, and it is Manneh, the American, and races out of Italy now with Moore. Then it's Stribus. There's Pedro Tractor. Vialle is in there as well. That was Bartolini just going through, and we're looking back at some of the poorer starters. But certainly it was Manneh, number 61, that got the whole shot on the rest. 64 just goes through there. That is Frederici, Claudio Frederici. We're back at the front, and that's where the action is. There's Tractor, the champion. He's so desperate indeed to score some wins. Number 9, the German, Beirer. 10, John Vandenberg. But now it is Bob Moore, the American, that has taken up the reins at the front. 82 on the bike for this one. The Chesterfield Yamaha rider, there's no stopping him. Manneh with Vialle, Lago, Stribus and Vrigstad. They're all chasing that elusive second and third place, but Moore stamping once again his authority at the front of the pack. Manneh holds off Vialle, and now Pedro Tractor. They've dropped Stribus back just a little bit. In fact, Stribus has gone out as Moore takes the checkered flag. Tractor takes second, and it's Manneh for third. Well, Davy Stribus not the only casualty from race 1, because Chico Chiodi with electrical problems went out in race 1. No points. What can he do in race 2? They get off the gate. Who's going to hit that corner first? Moore looking good on the inside, and it is Moore that got the whole shot. Nobody can stop this American. And Chiodi rejuvenating from that DNF in race 1. He's up to second. Vialle back there in 4th. Then it is Pedro Tractor. Could well have been Stribus in second. Manneh coming through. Here's Moore still leading. Oh, Moore on a mission to win this World Championship. Chiodi up to second now. A DNF from race 1. He needs the points. Then it's Beirer, number 9, the German. Then Vialle, the Frenchman. Then it's Tractor, the Dutchman. But Moore, once again at the front. Can he make this a back-to-back? 20 points from the first race. Can it be 20 points from race 2 as well? 40 maximum. This won't do in championship standards any harm whatsoever. Chiodi can only sit back in second and watch. And he's now under pressure from the German. Hit Beirer, number 9, he's chasing. And Beirer himself under pressure from Tractor to defend the champ. Then it's Vialle. Behind Vialle, that's Bartolini. Well, Max Bartolini starting to string some good results together in the latter part of the season, but Moore on that mission for a World Championship. And can Chiodi stop him? And the scrap is certainly on for third at the moment. It's between Mauro and Tractor. Who will it be that hits the line first? It's a checkered flag, a back-to-back 40 points for the American Bob Moore. Round 10 of the 125 Championship came to England and the scenic circuit of Foxhills Motor Park. Coyote here, number 8, knows that he's got to go out and win both of these races because Moore could wrap up the World Championship here today in England. Race 1 then, the gate drops, here they come. Into that first tight left-hand corner. It's a new start this year at the English circuit. A change from last year, but it was Strybus and the young upstart of the 125 Series 77. That's Claudio Federici. Vialle is 4th. There's Lago. There's Moore, Beirer and Pigeon. Pedro tractor number 1, the defending champion. Well, he must be wondering what he needs to do. But at the front, it's Federici, 77. Moore, 76, he's back in 5th. He's got a lot to do, but they're not getting away from him. So, Federici, Coyote, Vialle, Moore is now 4th, beginning to move up the order. He needs to finish in front of Coyote. There's Pigeon 5. Coyote goes through, Vialle, Moore now up. Still their 4th, I should say, because Federici is still out there in front at the moment. Lago, 22. Some good results coming his way in the latter end of this championship. John van der Berg, 10 going through, but it is now Coyote that's got the lead from Frederic Vialle. Federici beginning to drop back. Obviously the pressure too much at the front, and Coyote looks across at Vialle as if to psych him out, but he should look out because he's got Moore right behind him, and Strybus is behind Moore, so you can't count out the Dutchman Davy Strybus. Down the big hill, it is now Vialle and Moore. Coyote and Strybus still there, but Moore takes the checkered flag from Strybus and Vialle. The pressure most certainly on this young Italian now, number 8. Coyote, he's got to finish in front of Moore to keep his chances alive at the championship. If Moore finishes in front of Coyote, he wraps up the championship here today. Coyote, Vialle and Moore 3rd. Race 2 gets underway. And that's Kelly Swanson, number 13, the J-Sam Suzuki rider. But it is Coyote and Moore now. These are the two that are locking down the horse. Vialle, the Frenchman, number 11, back there in 3rd. The question now is, can Moore get past Coyote? If he does, he's a world champion. Coyote holds off the American challenge. Vialle, the Frenchman, begins to close down on those two in front. Can he take it away from the Strybus back there in 4th? He finished 2nd in race 2. Down the big hill comes Coyote. Moore, 76, still there waiting for a possible mistake. Vialle would relish a mistake from either of those two. Strybus sits back in 4th. Coyote then holds off the challenge of Moore. It's Moore 2nd, and the championship stays alive. The final round then of the World 125 Championship comes to Belgium, and Bob Moore just requiring 4 points to win the World Championship. And a 12th position in race 1 would be enough to do that. Chiodi, number 8, the man that sits second behind Moore, must now realise that his championship hopes have gone. Pigeon back after that wrist injury in Holland earlier in the season. 102 here, the 16-year-old Frenchman, and that's Sebastian Tortelli. He's finishing second in the European 125 Championship here for his first Grand Prix race. As the gate drops, and they head off up that start straight for the first time, and it is Moore. Bob Moore, the American, on course possibly for his first World Championship. Leads race 1. Tractor back there in third as they come racing through, and there is Chiodi. Well, there is really nothing Chiodi can do. He can only hope that maybe a mechanical failure will befall Bob Moore to result in a DNF to give him any chance of hanging on to a championship chances. But I really think that is out of the question. Chiodi, number 8, the small Italian, up the hill. It is Moore leading at the moment, looking like a World Championship elect to be. Second, it's Beirer, then it's Tractor. Then behind Tractor, that's Pigeon, the Frenchman. Then Chiodi, number 8, the Italian. The race begins to hot up as John Vandenberg and Frederic Vialle go through the picture. 102, Sebastian Tortelli, the Frenchman, at the moment holding 8th position. And that's not bad for his first Grand Prix outing. As they settle themselves down as the race gets into its stages. There's Gisbers, 13th. It's a bad start for Leon. But Moore making sure that he gets away from the rest of the chasing pack of riders into the lead, out of trouble. Pigeon, Tractor, number 1, second and third now. Then it's Beirer, Pigeon trying to make amends for those lost points. 8, Chiodi. Well, this must be a heartless operation for the Italian. He knows he's lost the World Championship. JVB, John Vandenberg, as Moore comes around another lap, heading towards that checkered flag and heading towards that championship. Pigeon, number 5, the young Frenchie. Then Beirer behind that group with Tractor in third, Beirer being 4th. Chiodi, 5th at the moment. He can do nothing about the riders in front, but he's got John Vandenberg behind him. Moore sits in front. That bike will have the number 1 for next year in the 125 category, but we already are told that Moore will be champion up to the 250s for 1995. That is Strybus on the side of the circuit, number 3. Davy Strybus then a DNF in race 1 as John Vandenberg goes through. Here's Moore. Already a runner-up in the 250 category 2 years back. He would dearly love to add a 250 crown to go with this 125 crown. Pigeon still there, second. And oh, look at this Pedro Tractor and Pit Byron. What a beautiful move. Byron just put on Tractor. That was a superb move. Coming through on the inside as Tractor brake for the corner, sweeping round the outside. Oh, lovely move. Chiodi sits back in 5th. He can do absolutely nothing about those riders in front. He knows that championship has gone. As Moore's pit crew prepare to give him the necessary information, growing ever closer to the end of the race, Pigeon, who we understand will be racing in America in 1995. There's Beirer. And there's Pedro Tractor now back in 4th, and Moore ever closer to that checkered flag and that first ever World Championship. Twice in the 125 series, and he's got it, the checkered flag then, and the new 125cc world champion, the American, 27 years of age, Bob Moore, being congratulated by all in sundry, and there's his wife Becky. That's Rinaldi, the team manager. They are very happy, and so they should be. Well deserved. 9 years of trying, and at long last, Moore has won his championship. Bob Moore then wins the first race from Pigeon and Beirer.
9 years, a long time to wait for a world championship, but is it worth the wait? Oh man, it's every bit worth it. I can't even explain how happy I am. It was something I've been waiting for more than 9 years, because it was a dream that I had since I was a little boy riding 80cc. So I came over here in 1986 and I rode every year, and I never gave up, and this year it came true, and it's well worth it, that's for sure.
So you would class the return to Italy to race as the correct decision to do, because the team has certainly enjoyed the success?
That's for sure. We work really well together, and you know, in '92 I was finishing second in the 250 class with Yamaha Chesterfield Rinaldi, and I had no problem at all signing the contract. I already signed it a month ago for next year, and it looks like I'll be riding 250 class and going after the World Championship again.
With the World Championship in the bag now for more, race 2 gets underway, and he can afford, if he wants to sit back in this one, he's won it, but he's not going to sit back. He leads again from Beirer, the German. That looks like Strider's in form. Yes, indeed it is. Well, what can you say about this American? He's won the first race. He's already had one back-to-back win this season. First of his career, that was in Germany. Off the year on a high note of winning another back-to-back, which will be the second of his career. Well, look at Beirer. He's showing no respect for the new world champion. He's gone past Moore on the outside of the berm into the lead. Well, he didn't stay there for long because he came off and Moore took the lead back. Chiodi closing in on Moore in second place, and Beirer eventually settling back in third. So one more on target for his second back-to-back win as Tortelli goes through. The young 16-year-old Frenchman as Moore, the new champion, is in the lead in race 2. And what can the rest do? Here is Moore taking Heat 2 win, second back-to-back win of his career, and his first World Championship. Chiodi comes home in second, and the celebrations are surely going to start now. Well, there he is, the new 1994 World 125 champion, and our congratulations goes to Bob Moore. What a worthy winner.